Well, now it is time for a top five segment, man. And with this being our last show before Thanksgiving, it is top five scenes with food. This could
Yes.
be fun scenes. This could be dramatic scenes. This could be anything and everything you think about food in film or television. So it's a whole lot of fun. How did you approach your list?
Literally, I approached my list with memorable scenes that made me like I can't forget them. I can't
Yes.
forget them. And they're all on my list for very different reasons. Like very different reasons why they're on my list of unforgettable moments. But they're all pretty good. They're all great. And this is why but that's how I approached mine. Ones that I just can't get out of my head. And literally all of these are like if the film is on somewhere and it's on this particular scene, I'll stop and watch it because they're that good. I'll be like, "Oh, wait a minute, I got to see this again." Like, yeah. How
Yes,
about
I
you?
agree. Yeah, the same way. Same way. I'm like food in either film or television, and like
Yes.
these just popped up, and I was just like, yeah, those are the ones that really left an imprint on like what I think about. But I mean, there's classics like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with pizza, like, but I
Yeah,
mean, there's not
yeah.
a specific scene. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun to get into the nitty gritty of actors being able to fake eat or real eat
Yeah.
in scenes.
Yeah.
So I thought it was
I
really
feel
cool.
you though with like some of the honorable mentions because I desperately wanted to put Pretty Woman with the food like when she
Oh
can't
yeah,
figure out how to do it. I'm like, how do I not put that on there? It's such an adorable scene, but I have other ones, so I have to put the other ones.
exactly.
It's like
Yeah, that another one for me is like Richie Rich with Macaulay Culkin. He has a McDonald's in his house.
yes,
Like I
yes.
mean, just things like that.
Or the
Yeah,
Grand
it's always so
Royale
fun.
or the $5
Yes.
milkshake. There was so many that we could have put on the list, but anyway.
I know. I was very close to putting the freaking Pulp Fiction one on
Yeah,
there.
me
That's for
too.
sure.
Me too.
Um, well, number five for me goes to Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life, and I'm talking about Suki's return because
Yes.
this freaking show. This mini series, I guess. Of course, Gilmore Girls was so beloved, so they brought it back. Netflix brought it back with Amy Sherman Palladino and Dan, and they were able to end it the way they wanted to end it
Yes.
because that final season, if y'all didn't know, that season 7, it wasn't written by the Palladinos. It was completely like off kiltered. So they finally were able to come back, end it the way they wanted to, and I mean, everybody had kind of shot up to stardom by then. I mean,
Yeah,
Melissa McCarthy in that particular time, she was probably at the height of her
for
career,
sure.
doing all of these crazy things, like being the star-studded actress that we all know and love today. But when she came back for this particular episode, I think it was iconic because, of course, the Dragonfly Inn from all you Gilmore girls and Gilmore guys out there. Like it's iconic, and of course Suki and Lorelai ran it together, and Suki went out and did her own culinary escapades where she was traveling the world, becoming this world-renowned chef that we all know and love she could be. And so she was away, and then in this scene, Lorelai comes in to the inn and just smells food,
Yes.
smells amazing cooking, and she just says, "Ah, Suki." And when she walks in, it's this big platter of all of these different things that you can think of: desserts, entrees, breakfast, dinner. Like it was an amazing scene and very touching too because it really showed like the relationship that the two actresses has built throughout their time and her coming back and reuniting in
Yeah.
such an iconic way as an iconic character. So yeah, number five for me is Suki's return in Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life.
Nice. Nice. I love that. I love that. My number five, I think that this scene, my movie is Five Easy Pieces. It's a lesser known Jack Nicholson film, but it's right around at the cusp of when he was starting to take off. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Shining, etc. And Easy Rider, around that time era. So young Jack, right? And we've all been in a restaurant where we've had a waitress that just wasn't very nice, right? Like in this film, this particular waitress, think Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the as a waitress, okay? So basically, his character Robert is they're in a restaurant and it's breakfast and he's ordering an omelet and he would like some toast to go with it, a side order of toast to go with the omelet. And this waitress basically Now think Jack Torrance in The Shining about that demeanor there when he's very calm, but you can tell he's just about to snap the fuck off and go crazy. That's how he is in this character in this diner scene. And this waitress is like, "We don't do side orders of toast." And he's like, "No, I'd like a side order of toast with my omelet. We don't do that. You can't have that." And he's like, "What do you mean you don't do a side order of toast? You make sandwiches, right? You have bread." And she's like, "Yes." "Well, then I'd like a side order of toast." "We don't do that." He's like, "Well, I can't eat my omelet without," and he's maintaining, but he's boiling, and you can kind of tell he's boiling. And she just stays stone cold, refusing to break the whole rule. And he's like, "How am I going to get a side order of toast?" And she's like, "We don't do that. If you want bread, order a sandwich." And he's like, "I don't want a sandwich with my omelet. I'm ordering breakfast. I want toast." And she's like, "Well, we don't do that." And he's like looking at her, and you can tell he just wants to get up and just like kill her. And so she's like, "Is it just the omelet?" And he said, "No, as a matter of fact, it's not just the omelet." And I wanted to pull this up because the line is so deliverable, and I can't ever forget the line. I kind of want to drop it in a restaurant every time I have a bad waitress. So she says, "Okay, well, what else with the omelet?" And he said, "Well, I'd like a chicken salad sandwich on wheat toast, no mayonnaise, no butter, no lettuce, and hold the chicken salad." So it's basically toast. And the waitress looks at him and just scowls and scuffs off. And I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. How many times have you just wanted to go off on a waitress like that? And he's like, "Bitch, I am going to get my toast and I am going to make you bring it to me." And it's just the way he delivers it. It's so classic Jack Nicholson with that dry tone, that like just, evil, pure evil way. And I am winning this battle with you. And just a classic scene, man. 5 easy pieces. Give me my damn toast. It's so good, bro. If you have never seen it, the movie's pretty good. I wouldn't say some stellar Oscar worthy. The movie's fun, but that scene is worth looking it up on YouTube. His delivery is just classic, iconic Jack Nicholson every way. It's so good.
I love that. Yeah, it sounds fun. It sounds fun. Number 4 for me goes to the first Friendsgiving for the television show Friends.
Yes.
Of course, this is the first time all of these young adults are out on their own making Thanksgiving for themselves. There's so many different expectations because you want to make it exactly how you remember it at home. And of course, everything goes wrong. And of course, they get locked out of their freaking apartment when all of these things are going awry, and it becomes a big old disaster, basically.
Yeah.
But I think what this episode represents is even through disasters, you still have your friends around you that are able to support you, or just your circle around you to support you. And I love it too because Chandler famously does not like Thanksgiving because that's when his family would always argue.
Yeah.
So he would always eat grilled cheese and Funyuns.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody ended up eating was grilled cheese and Funyuns. Did anybody want dark cheese or light cheese? So it was fun. I always enjoy it. Of course, Friends is one of my all-time favorite television shows, but I think what this episode represents is another stepping stone into adulthood, that things are going to happen that are out of your control, but you have to be able to find the good side of the situations that you're in throughout your journey. And I think that's what this show and this specific episode represents. So yeah, number 4 for me, the Friends episode of Friendsgiving, the first one.
Yes, love that, and yeah, everybody now has these Friendsgiving gatherings. It's
Exactly,
because
yeah,
of this.
it's so
It's just,
iconic.
yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Okay, my number 4 is, of course, I had to find a way to put this on the list. The Godfather, because it's one of the greatest, if not the greatest film ever made, right? But you guys know I love to cook. This scene is literally where I first learned how to make homemade spaghetti sauce. I've since toyed it and messed with it to make it my own original recipe, but I swear this scene, you guys know which one I'm talking about. It's the red sauce scene where Peter is explaining to Michael Corleone how to make red sauce and the importance of red sauce. And when you think about the violent nature of The Godfather and everything that goes down, this very simplistic, very just Italian family emphasizing the importance of a good red sauce, as they're talking about all this, it's just memorable for that. With all the scenes that you think about in The Godfather, all of the violence, this scene stands out as just something very simplistic, very natural, you can totally see a beloved Italian family passing along to the next generation how to make the sauce. It's just, and of course they end it with a gun wrap because you got to, it's The Godfather. But yeah, it's always been one of my favorite scenes because it really is just a very simplistic look at this family, which The Godfather always was about. Family. It was like, these are good people doing what they have only known. Forget that they're gangsters. It's just a family making a living and they're good people. But this scene tries to emphasize the family aspect of it and the nurturing and the teaching and just, by the way, if you've never watched the scene and made the sauce, you should give it a try. It's a damn good red sauce. I'm just saying, it's a damn good red sauce. My number 4, The Godfather, the making of the red sauce scene.
Ah, so good, man. So good. My number 3 goes to Hook. And this is the imaginary feast scene. Robin Williams and Rufio and all the good ones, man. I love this film because it's honing back in your imagination, honing back in your childhood love of just people and fun and just trying different things in your imagination. Because remember when you were a kid trying out all of these different stories, as kids I feel like we were always storytellers, making up different adventures with our toys, our action figures. And I think what Peter, Robin Williams character, he got away with, he grew up, he became an adult, he completely forgot about the Lost Boys, he forgot about Never Never Land, like he forgot about all these things. So when he was brought back to save his children, it was such an iconic, interesting storyline that, Steven Spielberg and everybody else who was involved with the writing and development of this film came up with. And I think that's what a lot of adults forget. They forget their childhood. They forget the love and the fun and the imagination that they used to have.
Yes.
And I think that's what this film is a beautiful representation of. But the imaginary feast where you just have to imagine the food being there, and their whole thing, like it was like a Thanksgiving feast, and it looked so good with the ice cream, and then there was a food fight, and that film is just so fun. It's long, don't get me wrong, it's a long movie, but it's really fun. And if y'all haven't seen Hook, please be sure to do so. Another iconic Robin Williams performance, and Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell,
yeah.
and Dustin Hoffman as freaking Hook. Like, there's so many iconic people that you don't even realize. But yeah, it's a great freaking movie, man. Number 3 for me, Hook with the imaginary feast scene.
Yes, a lot of controversy around when that thing first announced the cast. People were like, what? I don't want any of those people playing those roles. And yet it worked brilliantly. It's like, never question Steven Spielberg, damn it. My number 3, along the same lines of just the pure innocence of childhood and just a simple, innocent moment that turns into something just a little bit more. And my number 3 is Lady and the Tramp, the classic spaghetti scene. They're crushing on each other. You can kind of tell there's something. Maybe they're in love. Maybe they're not. They're still a little shy. Tramp's trying to be all, polite and respectful. And a lady's a lady. And he's trying to treat it. And they share a plate of spaghetti. And it's innocent and it's beautiful. And as they're just enjoying the little strap, they kiss, oh my gosh. And then you see, it's just one of those moments in film history for me that expresses love in a real way. When we first fall in love and we're so giddy and we're just like, we don't know whether to be shy. We don't know whether to be all in. We don't know. And it's just that moment of realization, that little kiss where it all just hits. And for me, it's always been a classic scene about what love should be, innocent and pure and just real. And so it's hard not to love that scene. And, yeah, it's just Lady and the Tramp, the spaghetti scene. I don't know if you've ever been a young person in love you can relate to that scene. If you can't, what is wrong with you? It's what pure, innocent young love is all about, man. Lady and the Tramp. Go get you a bowl of spaghetti and share a kiss, damn it. That's all I'm saying.
That's it, man. That's it. My number two goes to Uncle Buck. Oh
Mm,
my goodness. John Candy. If y'all haven't watched the John Candy documentary on Amazon Prime, please do it. It's so freaking good. And then Macaulay Culkin, before his Home Alone fame, was also in this bad boy. Their dynamic, oh my gosh, the questions that freaking Macaulay Culkin and John Candy like go back and forth, like it's such an iconic scene. But another iconic scene in this film is when Uncle Buck is making everybody pancakes. And Uncle Buck
mm.
is kind of like this uncle who has a shady past, is kind of sketchy in certain ways, but he's an overall good person. And the parents didn't have anyone else to watch their children while they went like to a funeral, I believe. So they call Uncle Buck, who is played by John Candy, who is the brother of the dad, and he comes in. He's this rebellious guy who like isn't necessarily cookie cutter and kind of rough
Yep.
around the edges.
Yep.
But it's a fun movie showing you that everybody has a redemption story.
That's right.
Everybody can get off the beaten track, but you can get back on it. But this scene, it's a huge ass pancake. He's making them breakfast. This thing's huge. Like it's freaking so massive that he uses a snow shovel to flip it. And I don't know why. I've always wanted to make a big old pancake that size because of that film.
Yes.
That one's just always stuck in my head. So yeah, number two for me, the Uncle Buck scene with the big ass pancake. That's for sure.
Yeah, who doesn't want a big ass pancake that you have to flip with a shovel? Come on,
Yeah.
come on. My number two is the complete opposite of the pure innocence of Lady and the Tramp. My number two is the bread and butter kitchen scene with 9.5 weeks. Kim Basinger and Mickey Rourke. It's called the bread and butter scene because they play the classic song "I like bread and butter" throughout the whole scene. This has got to be one of the most erotic, sensual, sexy, hot scenes ever put on film without showing anything, which I love because the whole scene is about the tease. You're teased about the sex the whole time but never see it. And the scene it's him teasing her with food in front of an open refrigerator on the kitchen floor. She has to keep her eyes closed and blindfolded, and he's teasing her with different foods, and she's trying to figure out what it is. And it is so damn hot. And yet you never do see anything, which I thought is brilliant filmmaking at its very best. It's not only is the scene teasing food, but it's teasing without ever delivering what you know is going to happen. And it's just brilliant filmmaking and storytelling, in my opinion. I can tell you that anybody my age, that became the thing. If you didn't do that, you were like, what? You never tried the 9.5 week scene? What? Yeah, it was just, it's like with Top Gun, everybody wanted to be a fighter pilot. 9.5 weeks, everybody wanted to be on the kitchen floor in front of the refrigerator testing food. It was like just that thing. So it's iconic. It's one of the most iconic scenes. And it's before Mickey Rourke got all fucked up. It's hot Kim Basinger, like smoking hot Kim Basinger in her prime. And it's a fun scene. It's a really twisted movie if you've never seen 9.5 weeks. But this is a very subtle, genuine, romantic scene within the context of what's really going on in that relationship. But yeah, my number two, 9.5 weeks. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Don't show the kids, though. Don't show the kids.
No kids.
They don't
That's
show
for
anything,
sure.
but still don't show the kids.
No, no, no. That's funny. Well, the time has come. My number one. And once you hear the film, you'll know why. Of course, of course. My number one is Home Alone 2, the ice
Duh.
cream in the hotel scene.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that ice cream bowl looked so freaking amazing. Home Alone 1 also has a great ice cream scene, but the second one in the hotel, like, it looks how I want every single ice cream bowl to look, and I'm always disappointed every time I get ice cream somewhere else. Out. because it's not the same, man. It's not the freaking same.
It's not.
The whole spread that he orders in the hotel with room service is so freaking like it just looks delicious. I love what movies does to food. But yeah, I just love the whole sequence in the hotel because Tim Curry, obviously Rob Schneider, and so many others. It's iconic, man. It's iconic. If y'all listen to this podcast for a while, you know how much Home Alone 2 means for me. So of course, number one for me, Home Alone 2, the ice cream hotel scene.
Yes, it had to be on the list. It had to be. It wouldn't have been a list without it. My number one, I'm just going to say it, in my opinion, maybe the single greatest written, acted, and shot scene in television or film ever. I'm talking about The Bear, season 2, episode 7, Fishes. It's the Christmas Eve dinner scene with the fish where everybody's around the table and the heat is coming, where there's an argument. John Bernthal finally got the Emmy. This is one of the most brilliant scenes ever, but it all centers around fish. You know, if you guys remember this episode, it's about 7 fishes and the tradition behind the 7 fishes and the religious aspect to it and everything. And mom is freaking out because she's trying to get these 7 fishes right, and it's the center point of this Christmas Eve dinner, and it's all the focus and the whole time around the table when mom's freaking out and kind of going nuts and everybody's trying to keep the cool and figure out how to maintain and get through this night, the tension is building. And Bernthal, you know, he's just hurling forks, you know, at the boyfriend, and just like it's building and building. And then, you know, here comes somebody walking in with an 8th fish. Wait a minute, what? And that's the trigger point. That's it for Bernthal. It's like, I'm done. This is it. And it turns into the single greatest argument scene I have ever seen. It's just absolutely some of the most phenomenal, like I said, directing and acting and performances and cinematography, just everything that I've ever seen in film or television. It's an incredible scene. Jamie Lee Curtis and Johnny Bernthal and like everybody around that table, just a game.
Yeah,
and the fact
I think
that
it was Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk, exactly. And the fact that it's all about the 7 fishes and how the 8th fish fucks it all up and like throws it over the top. It's a really brilliant scene, and I think the reason it sticks out for me, not just because of the performances and everything, but because who hasn't at some point been around a table with family where there's tension and you just want to just unload, but you can't. And Bernthal's like, oh, but I can. And we just... You know, it's just so good, you guys. If you have not seen that show, first of all, specifically that episode, I highly recommend it. If you're a filmmaker, a writer, an actor, masterclass in how to do it all in just that scene. I'm just telling you. My number one, The Bear, Fishes, the Christmas Eve dinner scene. Oh, so good.
So good. All of these on our list. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, top notch cinema or television with food.
Yes,
For
yes.
Sure. Please, but we want to know, what is your favorite scene? Please, we want to know, what is your favorite scene from either film or television that involves food?
Yes.
Please be sure to let you comment down below in the YouTube comment section. Add us on X, Threads, Instagram, all the good places. Please, we love the fan interaction. It's a whole lot of goofiness. Man, oh man, we super appreciate that.